All right, let me try this one.
Thanks for calling Hubbard Radio in Washington, D.C., the home of WTOP, Federal News Network, and 2060 Digital. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now. If you have a traffic tip for us, please press 1. To reach the WTOP newsroom, please press 2. For the Federal News... WTOP, it's Thomas.
Hello. Yeah, I'm calling in. I just had a heart attack and whatnot, and well, I had the vaccine, and I just had a heart attack. That's about a week ago, and and I noticed that there's a lot of other people that have gone through things, and but I don't see a lot of reporting on it. I'm just wondering if WTOP covers. I haven't heard any coverage of um, anything. I mean, people are being censored for talking about the vaccine. It's like I've had a real situation and whatnot. Uh, I mean, is WTOP gonna cover any of this, or I mean, are like what's do you have because this is getting really harmful if you understand. I mean, pardon me, like it's just awful situation. There's no one talking about any of this. Anyone that talks about it,
Well,
they're called a nut job or whatever
right.
else.
Well, there's plenty of reporting on, um, there is one, prominent well-known side effect of for young men can have I can't remember the exact
I mean,
name of
I'm
it, but it's
38
a
and
heart
whatnot.
issue,
I mean, I'm
right?
38 and having a heart
So
attack and and then seeing out other people, that are even younger than me, having a heart attack, blood clots and such. Because you can't even look it up online, and as it is, you see on YouTube and stuff, they're banning people from these things, from even having a conversation on it, and it's just like, is there any real journalists out there? I mean, I know there's Project Veritas and all. I mean, they've uncovered things, but no one covers their journalism. Even though that they've actually gone on the inside. I'm just wondering if, WTOP. I mean, because you're part of CBS, I figure that. I mean, one of these major change at this point in time, be following this. I mean, no matter how people are being affected by this. I mean, why is it that nurses are quitting their jobs? Why are people in the health field quitting their jobs? Why are they risking their jobs if everything is so safe? I mean, and that's those are the things. I mean, well, I'm just trying to find some real answers out there because the journalism seems to be falling to the
right.
wayside. I mean, with all due respect, you know we all
Well,
yes sir.
you know, if it, when it, if there is real credible information that kind of incident was caused by the vaccine, not that someone just got the vaccine and then that happened, then certainly we would report on that. But
I mean, well, it's happening
as
all
far as
over
the
the
data,
place. It's happening all over the place, and no one's reporting on it. No, I mean, and anyone that talks about it
it is happening.
gets.
Where how do you know that?
How do I know? Because YouTube just came out about a week ago, saying that they're abandoning anyone that was talking about anything that was controversial to the positive effects of the vaccine.
Who said that?
YouTube. I mean,
Well, anybody can post something on YouTube.
and that's what I'm saying is that YouTube has banned people. I mean, has banned people from having any conversation on a topic.
Well, it's
Even on Facebook.
disinformation has been. has been banned. But
Millions of channels got taken down, millions of videos. I mean, anyone that even in just, I mean, we can't trust the science because we can't science the science. And I mean, as it is, uh, I figure that a news or journal, or outlet would be more than inclined to look into something like this because no one else is doing it because no one else is allowed to. And
there's a lot of people that are certainly looking into the side effects of the vaccine. I mean, there's
but no one's talking
thousands and
about it.
thousands of people that are.
Well, no
Yeah,
one.
there are
Well,
credible, there are,
who is? I mean, because I'm trying to find answers, and if you have,
legitimate side effects. I mean, I'm looking at heart inflammation and young adults and young men after the COVID vaccine. The
well,
CDC has a whole page on it. It's one of the first things that comes up when you search COVID, vaccine side effects. So,
no, it's
as
not.
far as heart attacks and people dying from heart attacks, I mean, I would say I don't think there's a lot of credible data that directly relates to the vaccine. Now, people could happen to get the shot and then get a heart attack, but that certainly does not mean that that is what caused it.
Are you okay? Well, are you a scientist? I mean, this is the thing: is here I am trying to convey my story to you,
I'm
and
not a
then I'm
I'm
put
not
it
a scientist,
now.
but
Now I'm being attacked on your end. Like I'm trying to come to you with something that's happened to
I'm not
me.
I'm not attacking anybody. I'm
Uh,
just
but there is. I mean, what outlets are actually talking about it? Because there's no one
there's
talking about it.
right.
Everything is about positive effects of the vaccine, and I mean, like how is it that nurses are quitting? I mean, if the vaccine is so safe, why are they quitting their jobs? They were heroes last year. Like why? Like that's a legitimate story right there in itself. That could even
Right.
open up, this, help. I mean, why do you think there's so much hesitancy out there? Is because there's no story out there. Like it's only one sided. And people are afraid to talk about it. People are losing their jobs over it. Parents are being called terrorists at this point in time because of vaccine mandates, because of COVID, just because they're concerned about their kids. I mean, like good people, So, I mean, with all due respect, there's no way that you know you can barely say that there's a topic going on, a conversation going on out there. And that's why I'm like trying to reach out to WTOP because I've always listened to y'all and always provide great information, but here it is with the COVID and with the vaccine and stuff, and it's like all of a sudden there's just this dead end. It's like a flat Earth. I mean, like just everything just falls off at a certain point, and and I just don't want what happened to me to happen to other people and such, or maybe there's some ways to prevent it, or I mean, who knows? I mean, we just need to be able to have the conversation going on because I mean, don't want it to happen to any of your family, or anyone that's close to you and stuff. And it's like, this is a public service, announcement type of thing, And I'm just trying to, I don't know, maybe I'm just hoping too much and just wanting just hoping that journalism comes back to life here. I mean, because the only ones that are actually doing anything is Project Veritas, talking about things, exposing, that these scientists are saying that, hey, yeah, I wouldn't give it to my kids. If you got your strong enough antibodies, you don't need the vaccine. I mean, James O'Keefe, he's the only one that's been able to, actually, put light on things. He's been attacked, and just like what's happened to journalism anymore, But JFK, John F. Kennedy Jr., John F. Kennedy was, saying, how the press, it's one of the most, it's the only profession protected by the Constitution. It's the freedom of the press, And I just, you know, um, like I said, I'm sorry, just, uh, it's just hard to find good information out there. And so I hope you know, take this and possibly share it and maybe can at least try something. Get something out there. I mean, I hope you don't get censored. I don't hope you don't get a strike on
Okay,
your YouTube
right.
channel.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you, calling and having a conversation about it. So I appreciate that, and I can certainly pass your concerns along.
I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much.
All righty.
Have a good one.
Yep. Have a good one.
I mean, it's not having a heart attack. Fuck. I could have come with something better than that. But, anyway.